Hello, beautiful people. How are you doing? I feel like I'm looking kind of wild today, but actually, I think it's perfect for what I want to talk about today. Because one of the things that I want to talk about today, and some people won't like it right off the bat because of what I'm going to say right now, is that I want to invite you all to just give a lot less fucks. And I mean that in the most like beautiful, liberated, responsible, um genuine, authentic way. I really truly do. I don't mean that this means be a careless person, be reckless, don't go out and be a dick. That's not what I mean when I say just stop caring so much, stop censoring yourself, stop limiting yourself. What the energy that we're coming into right now is we have been conditioned for so long to stay within a box, to stay within the lines, to do what you're told, to follow the rules, to be someone that is meant to be someone better than who you uniquely and authentically are. We've had to wear so much kind of masks and costumes and scaffolding and all of these things to make us what society wants us to be. And the point of giving a hell of a lot less fucks is you go, you know what? That doesn't mean anything anymore. And I want to be my true, authentic, unbridled self. I want to embody the freedom that is my very soul and spirit. We have been taught and conditioned to be polite and to stay small and to play it safe and to, be politically correct and do what you're told and be nice and, be a good girl and be a nice boy. And this is a time of just like all of that is being burnt to the ground. And anything that is inauthentic, anything that is a lie, anything that is keeping you small, anything that is making you compromise more than you should be, it's like there has to be this part that says, F off, because I want to live. I want to live and I want to be free. I want to be the free soul that I am. It's not just, oh, I want to feel free. I am free because that is what the soul innately is. So today I want to get into like the wildness and the uninhibited and the unfiltered and unedited version of ourselves so that we can truly, truly liberate ourselves. And like I said, it's not about being reckless. It's about being this emboldened, enlivened you, the true, 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 true you, without the cage, without the bars, without anything that is making you that which you are not. So let's dive in. This is Corinne Bloom, and you're listening to Raw Conversations. So I've felt this energy like with the fire horse even before it came in. Before it came in, I really felt the fire, but I felt it like a fire that was kind of more like the horse that's kind of like snarling and it's getting its hooves ready because I just felt this energy of I want to run, I want to gallop like without the saddle, with like the mane just, blowing in the wind and just free, 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 like you'd see a pack of wild horses running in the wild. And I think, we're having this external reflection of so much restriction. And in some ways, people might think, God, the world is getting worse. It's getting more controlled. It's becoming tighter. It's a squeeze, we feel like we're having to shrink. And yet I think that, the closer we get to true freedom, the louder things get around the things that have been the things, can I say thing one more time, that have made us small, that have imprisoned us. So somebody was saying this, that as you get closer to the light, the shadows become larger, right? Because you're getting closer to the light. So it has this, we feel like maybe things are getting worse, but it's that it gets worse before it gets better, right? Breakdown to breakthrough. There's loads of different phrases that kind of fit the bill on this one. So I felt this energy of the horse that is just, it's like rebellious in the most beautiful way. rebellious in the sense that it is wanting to liberate us. It is wanting us to be free. It is wanting to remind us you are a free spirit and soul already. Stop imprisoning yourself, stop editing yourself, stop censoring yourself, stop making yourself smaller, stop just anything and everything that keeps you from feeling like you get to just fucking be you. And I think we all want freedom. We want freedom. It's not just the freedom of what we can do in the world. It's the freedom of being who we are and being like, you know what, I get to be uniquely me, and I'm not going to be judged for it. I'm not going to be prosecuted for it. I'm not going to be exiled for it. Like we have, if we look at generations and generations before us, they've gone through that. Especially as women, the whole witch hunt, there's like trauma in our ancestral line around that, but men as well. It just, there's no human that hasn't been touched by the hands of control or patriarchy or whatever you want to call it. Can have a lot of different labels, but the point is we are coming into this energy that is like, you get to be free. But you get to be free not because somebody else is going to come in and give you the permission to be free. That's the whole point of the kind of imprisonment, is this having this, like, whether it's an illusion or elusive or it's obvious, that there's this authority figure that's outside of yourself that can tell you who you can and cannot be, right? Who you should and should not be, whether that's a parent, whether that's a governing body, whether that's God. No one gets to tell you who you are, because you are a unique spirit and soul. You have your own signature imprint, fingerprint, footprint, soul print, signature. You are uniquely you, and yet, of course, you are also a drop of the ocean of source, right? One and the same, micro and macro, as within, so without, as above, so below. But you get to be your unique self. And I know that I've been kind of hammering on this topic, but I just feel it so strongly and so intuitively that this awakening and this remembrance is also a liberation. Like, get out of the goddamn cage and you have the key, because no one can tell your soul who to be and who not to be. No one can enslave your soul or capture your soul, imprison your soul, kill your soul. Again, fear can restrict and limit it, but it's only if you buy the fear. If you don't buy the fear, nothing touches you. Nothing touches you. So this energy that's coming in, that's inviting us to just like stop caring so much. Like I could have come on here and be like, Corinne, your hair's a mess. I hardly slept last night. My eyes, I've got like bags under my eyes. I'm wearing like my daughter's t-shirt. It's actually a woman's sweatshirt, but I don't care, because this level of scrutiny and perfection and the filter and the no wrinkles and the no aging and the needing to say the perfect thing and just it's like living in a dollhouse. It's not real. And when things aren't real, our soul gets bored. Our soul wants to feel alive and enlivened. It's come here to have an adventure. Like, think of it this way. You don't want to go on holiday. You don't want to go on a trip, a journey, an adventure, to a new part of the world, and then just be like in a conference room in a hotel. Like, you'd be like, that's not why I came here, right? You want to go and you want to go experience, like, what is this? The novelty, the things that you can feel and sense and touch and taste and smell. And you want to live it all, because the experience, when you come back from it, gives you this like, oh, I had this adventure, I had this journey, I had this experience that I've never had before. And I saw all these beautiful things and I experienced all of these beautiful things. And I've learned so much and I've grown so much. That is just like so wonderful to the soul. It's so enlivening, it's so inspiring, it's so fulfilling. And then through that, there's growth and evolution. And even if, let's say, part of the journey was, oh God, I got into a hairy situation there, or that was a little bit frightening, or, oh, that was uncomfortable, this was really hard, there still is this sense of adventure of we learned and we grew through it. So that's why the soul is here. It doesn't want to live a kind of placid, boring life. And when I all right, my software system kicked me out, so I'm going to try and pick up where I left off. So you could be living in a farmhouse in the middle of nowhere, having just the most simple, beautiful life. And some person might say that that's bored, but that might feel completely enlivening to you. So the point is, it's not about what you're doing, it's how you feel within it. If you feel bored, it's because your spirit is not being stimulated. Your soul isn't being inspired to really live to the potential that it has. And potential just means, it doesn't mean this level of perfection. It just means like, what brings you joy? What makes you smile? What makes you laugh? What makes you feel? What makes you just feel inspired? Like, yes, I want to live. Where you're like, wow, that was a great day. And it might just be because you had your face in the sun, or you had a wonderful conversation with a friend, or you were watching the birds, or you were picking flowers, or, you were helping someone, or it doesn't matter what it is. It's not about doing, it's about being. And so this is what our soul wants to experience. It wants to feel alive, because that is its natural innate essence. Is it's completely enlivened, and it's inspired, and it's joy filled, right? So I'm going to try and tie it back in, because I got interrupted by the internet. We're so being encouraged, just beyond invited. We're being encouraged to like go live. Go live. You don't need to play it safe anymore. And I did a short video of this on my YouTube and social media around, we're at this choice point of, do we want to play it safe, or do we want to live life? And I made another video that was making the distinction between feeling safe and playing it safe. We need to, of course, feel safe, but the feeling of safety is something that comes within us when we've tended to the parts of us that feel scared, insecure, our inner child, our wounds, our triggers, our patterns. But we go in and we show up for ourselves, and we let ourselves know, I'm here, I'm with you, I'm not going to reject you, abandon you, neglect you. Whatever comes up for you, I'm here as best as I can to give you what you need, and for you at the very least to know that you're not alone. And so that feeling of safety then gives us courage to go out and really live. And courage doesn't mean that there's no fear. Courage shows up in the face of fear and is like, here, I'm going to take your hand. You're not alone. Like, we've got this. We're going to do this together. Now, playing it safe is something that's totally different. Playing it safe is coming from a state of fear. It's coming from a state of survival, which just shows us lovingly, hopefully, that it's like, okay, tend to the parts of you that are still scared. Tend to the parts of you that still feel alone. Tend to the parts that don't feel safe within you, because we often think like the part that's coming from survival, that's coming from the reptilian part of the brain that is scared because it's in survival mode, is going to want to create a very controlled, which is an illusion, but a controlled, safe environment, right? Cameras, gates, bars, whatever it is, there's this, oh, don't do that. That's too risky. Don't go on that flight, and don't go travel there because it's too dangerous, and too this, or don't risk to like go for your dreams, take the safe job, take the safe relationship, which, in the end leave us feeling unsatisfied and unfulfilled because we don't feel alive, because we're not taking the risks to really say yes to our soul. We're feeding the fear, but that fear that is coming, that wants to control, that wants to predict, that wants to know the outcome, that wants to control the behavior of someone, because then I will feel safe. That's a complete illusion. Now, it's not to say that our environment, like, we need to feel safe in our environment. Of course, I'm not like neglecting that by any means, but safety, as with everything else, comes from within. First within, and then the external gets reflected. So if I feel safe within myself, I'm going to make much better choices. I'm going to be more discerning. I'm going to trust my instincts, my gut, my intuition more. I'm going to have healthy boundaries. I'm going to naturally create a safe environment for myself because I care for myself and I'm aware. But it's very different when the motivation is coming from a place of, I've got me, I love me, I know how to take care of me, and I feel safe within myself, with my emotions, with my thoughts, with my experiences. And then naturally my external will reflect that. And somebody could say, oh, something can come in and, it might scare you, it might attack you, but you'll know what to do with it. And at the very least, you know that you have your back with it, within it. You're not going to be alone, because there's that sense of I'm here. I'm here for myself no matter what. Then, so once we have that internal safety, we naturally will create a safe environment for ourselves, but it's not coming from the fear that goes, oh, I need everything to be safe and I need to play it safe because I don't want to take the risk because, it's a catastrophe if something goes wrong. But really what that is imprisonment. And that's really hard for the soul, because the soul doesn't just want to feel free, it is free. I know I'm repeating myself, but it's worth repeating. So when we feel safe, we don't have to play it safe. When we feel safe, we get to go out and live our lives. Go live. Take the leap of faith. Take the choice that feels like, ooh, that's scary, but it's really exciting. What makes you expand versus contract? What makes you feel relaxed versus tense? That's what you want to respond to. It doesn't mean be reckless and, just like go make decisions without any kind of thought. But is it coming from fear or is it coming from love? Is it coming from the illusion of wanting to control and predict the outcome of your life, which is impossible? Or is it coming from that liberated, the horse that just wants to run wild and free? And we're still going to have this conditioning that's like, oh, no, that's reckless. Don't be a wild horse. You need a saddle, and you need like your horseshoes and you need to be in the stall. No. Go run. Go wild. Go be free. Because the thing is, nobody is here to punish you. That's also a huge indoctrination. There's no God, there's no person, there's no authority, there's no Santa Claus that's going to say, you've been naughty, you're on the naughty list. It doesn't work like that. Even this whole concept of karma, this is going to be an unpopular, opinion. I think it's a part of this whole praise punishment system. It's not to say that there isn't cause and effect and that there isn't consequence. Absolutely. But it's never for punishment. That's not the way that God's source works, because unconditional love cannot have a judgment, and punishment is a judgment. Are there things that we learn? Are there things that our soul wants to learn? Yes. Can it sometimes appear like we're being punished? Yes, but it's because we have been living within the archetype of the victim for a long time. Oh, God is punishing me. Life is punishing me. Others are punishing me. Nobody's punishing you. Nobody's punishing you. Because nobody's judging you other than yourself, maybe. And maybe there are people because they've been conditioned to, because our society does, but that's not healthy. And I want to remind you of the beautiful quote by Krishnamurti that says, it's no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. So if you can get out of judgment and get out of that fear and get out of that concern that like someone is going to say something about you, or someone is going to tell on you, or someone is going to punish you, or someone is going to imprison you, or something is going to do something to you depending on what you do, that there's going to be some consequence. But the thing is, it's not like, oh, if I do something bad, then I'll be punished. There's a lot of fear around, if I just allow myself to be who I truly am, I'm going to be punished. And it reminds me of Marianne Williamson's quote that says something about like, we're not afraid of, God, how does it go? It's such a great quote. Basically what she's saying is we're most afraid of being powerful beyond measure. It's not actually our lack of self-worth. It's our self-worth. It's when we're big. It's when we're shining. We're afraid of that because we've been told, we've been conditioned, we've been programmed, stay small, stay within the lines, follow the rules, stay in the box. Don't draw us out of the lines. Ooh, you're too crazy. You're too creative. No. Oh God, you spelt that wrong. You drew way off. Don't use those colors. We've been told how to do everything. We've been told how to live. And this time is saying to all of it. Sorry, if you're just listening, that's me giving the finger to all of that. And I mean that in the most beautiful, rebellious, conscious, responsible way. It's like, I don't mean this in a destructive way. It's just take off the scaffolding, take off the paper mache, take off whatever is covering and masking your true self, and find the fucking courage to be you. And if you weren't supported to be you, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you felt like you couldn't be you, that it wasn't safe to be you, that you wouldn't be loved for being you, that it was dangerous to be you. And you know what? If that was the case, there was a part of you that was absolutely wise to make sure that you had the coping mechanisms to take care of yourself in that time. But now you're an adult. Now maybe you're not in that same situation. Or now if you're in a bad situation, you do have the power and the choice to get out of it. And you get to liberate yourself. But again, first, you might need to make yourself feel safe. So tend to your fears, tend to your wounds, tend to your sore spots, tend to your insecurities. Love yourself, be kind to yourself, be gentle, compassionate, patient with yourself, and then go fucking be you and live your best life. Not because you need to do anything to prove. You don't need to prove yourself. You don't need to validate yourself. You don't need to have some big success and make tons of money and, look at me and the fame and the followers and the likes. Fuck all of it. Stop giving the fucks. Just go be you. That's what the rest of this life is going to be. Be the beautiful expression of who you are. And each and every one of us has a beautiful gift, has a beautiful expression. Just like every flower that you see in the meadow, you can stop and go, oh, wow, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. Each and every one of us deserves to shine. Don't make yourself small. Stop caring about what other people think. It takes up so much energy, and I'm still working on it. For the most part, I really don't care. But there's certain things or certain situations or within a certain context where maybe I feel that part of me that's like limiting myself or censoring or being careful or thinking too much about what. And then there's this part that's like, go be free. Be a good person. Be kind. Be authentic. Be genuine. Live from heart. Be your true self, and you will naturally be those things. You're not going to be reckless when you actually truly feel free. The people that are reckless are the ones that feel imprisoned and they can't get out. They're trapped. So it's a rebellion from that. It's a reaction to that. Free yourself, and you don't need to resist or fight against anything. You get to just be. But you get to be, like I said last week, with just your belly out, metaphorically or physically, both. And laugh more. Stop taking yourself so seriously. Be gentle and kind with yourself when you fuck it up, when you make a mistake, when you say the wrong thing, when you trip over, when you embarrass yourself. Laugh with love. Right? We're here to liberate ourselves. And in our liberation, we're going to remember who we are and all of our just like beautiful dormant abilities and our inner powers and our true potential and our true selves get to just flourish. It's like we're taking the cage that's been like over the rose and we're taking it off and we're bringing it into the sun and with the like beautiful moisture of the land. And we're saying, I love you enough to nurture you into growth, into the blossoming of who you truly are. So you can absolutely throw away whatever doesn't resonate. And I know sometimes for some people it might be like my language is too vulgar, but really my invitation and my encouragement is, can you be brave enough to be you? And you're not alone. Even if right now nobody in your life supports you, I from afar am supporting you. I'm like, yes, go for it. Do it. You have nothing to lose. And if people don't like you, or if they feel embarrassed or ashamed about you, whatever, that's them. That's them dealing with their own imprisonment. And then have compassion for that. But like, do you? Do you? Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. But the feeling is like break free from the scaffolding. It's like the chest. Open your heart. Let yourself breathe. Let yourself free. Go dance wildly in the wind. Go be that galloping, beautiful fire horse. The energy is here for us. It's no longer just an invitation. It's an encouragement. Go do it. Go be you. I believe in you. I'm here for you. Do it. All right. As always, take it or leave it as feels right for you, and loving you from afar. Bye. You've been listening to Raw Conversations with Corinne Bloom. Thanks so much for showing up, listening in, and being a part of the conversation with me.